Greetings, everyone. My name is Mumkey Jones. Oh, wait, I did that one already. Shit. Hi, Mumkey. How are you doing
Gangnam
this
Style. Fucking kill me style.
Opa,
I
kill
wish
me,
I was
sigh.
fucking dead.
I wish you were
Fuck
fucking
this
dead,
podcast. I spend so much time recording a big ol' episode of the podcast. Spend years editing it with a great thumbnail. The text I put on the thumbnail took like an hour just to put that little image macro of text. And then I get a fucking message from Sly saying, Mumkey, can you remove that podcast episode, Mumkey? Fuck you! Why am I even doing this shit?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, sorry that the last episode got unlisted, everybody. If you want to really find it, you can dig through my fucking Twitter.
The explanation for that is in the secret file archives. It's been blacklisted, blacked out. None of you will ever know why that podcast was taken down. It's because of top government. It was because of words. It was because of government security. The FBI approached us and they were like, "Hey, ISIS has been listening to this podcast and they have learned like secret techniques that they can use to infiltrate America. So for government safety and security, we need you to unlist that video." Thankfully, the terrorists aren't proficient enough with YouTube to know how to look up unlisted videos, so we should be fine.
All I'm saying is, if you have a third grade level of listening comprehension and you listen to that episode, you can probably guess why it had to be taken down.
Probably. Probably, yeah.
So, Sai, you gotta tell me, you gotta give me an update. How do you like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia so far? How many episodes have you seen? What season are you on, like 5?
It's been great so far. I fucking love it because I have not actually seen it yet. And the fact that I haven't seen it is fucking amazing. The fact that I haven't had to watch that piece of shit show has improved my life several hundredfold.
So what's your favorite Arion album? So
Similar story to the first one, actually. My favorite Arion album is the one that doesn't exist because I haven't listened to that one either. Related note, how'd you like the ending of Portal 2?
It was great. I liked when the chick became a clock potato. That was pretty good.
And what happened after that?
And then I fell down a pit, and then I spent an hour in the fucking pit trying to figure out where I'm supposed to shoot the portal, and then I realized you shoot it through the fence. I thought I had to shoot it up in the air somewhere, so that took about an hour.
I see. And what did you think of the scenes after that?
I don't want to spoil it for the fans out there. You know, I'll keep that one lock and key.
Sure thing. So looks like neither of us have lived up to our prior commitments.
No, because
excuses, Mumkey, because I have excuses.
Because in the new episode of Insufferable Social Media Argument, the podcast that will premiere yesterday, I talked about virtual reality porn. I talked about virtual reality porn, and I cited you as a source, Mr. Sai. So I actually used something from this podcast, unlike a certain co-host who doesn't do shit.
Okay, but you didn't actually watch virtual reality porn. You just, talked about it for, 5 seconds.
You got me into it. That was the point. I got into it. I want to go jerk off to it, dude.
Fair enough. Okay. So I specifically have failed monumentally in the tasks at hand. Yeah. My explanation for that is that I've been busy as fucking shit.
Playing
and that's
Pokemon with Hippo and Ben?
Yes.
Is that what you were busy doing?
Yes, exactly that. Well, that's fucking work for me. So, you know, I'm allowed to be busy playing Pokemon so long as it's for work. That's the best fucking job ever.
How much money did you make from that?
Huh?
How much money did you make from that Pokemon
I don't know,
game?
Mumkey. How much money did I make from that?
0.
What a shock. What an absolute shock.
I would pay you fuckers. I'm not paying anyone's shit.
Yeah, Mumkey's taking all the cash for himself. We're getting ripped off here.
Yeah, I'm getting all $2 of the ad revenues going in my bank account. Man, you guys got swindled in that procedure.
If you even made $2 off of that, which is highly doubtful.
Nah, they like to give money to Let's Plays that don't have bad words in the title.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
All right,
although
what's
aren't
stupid
I a bad
bullshit?
word? Isn't Sai a bad word?
Gangnam Style. Sai, what stupid bullshit are you getting me into this week?
This week, I'm getting you
Getting
into...
videos unlisted? Is that what you're getting me into? How to unlist a video? I already know how to do that.
How to unlist a video is you go to YouTube and click the unlist button, but don't actually do that because otherwise the government will send the FBI after us. We don't want that.
Yeah, okay.
So, can we get fucking like fan art now of like me and Mumkey running away from the FBI, like ducking down a dark corridor as they chase us past going on the street? Can I please get some fan art of that? Because that sounds amazing right now. Holy shit.
Can we get some fan art of just like me in a room without Sai there? That's my dream fan art. Just,
I see.
Like,
Well,
Sai not being around.
You get that dream fan art all the time, really.
Yeah.
So I think
any
it's time
fan
for
art
me to
that
get
doesn't have
something.
Sai is my dream fan art.
Yeah, so literally every single piece of fan art you've ever gotten ever is your dream fan art.
It's all been perfect so far.
Yes, but my dream
Sai.
fan art is what I just described. So if you want to make my dreams come true as opposed to this asshole's, then you know what to do. So
Just
fucking
don't do it. Don't waste your time.
do it. So
Sai, what bullshit are you getting me into? Come on, I don't have all year.
okay, today I'm getting you into Lolis, which is surprising,
Lolis?
really. Yeah, you figured we would have done this podcast already. But when I was going through my list of fetishes, I realized that we had not actually gone here yet. Maybe just because it was too obvious. I'm not sure.
Now, Sai, I got a friend named Digibro. You might have heard of him before. Are you familiar with his work?
No, I'm not. Who is he?
So he's just some fucking scumbag, fat asshole on the internet. But he pronounces the word as lollies. Now, is it... You're the expert here. Is it loli or lolly?
That's a great question. And although I am the expert in lolis, I'm not an expert at pronunciation. And you can just look at any Pokemon video to confirm that, because apparently I mispronounce Pokemon names all the time. And I get shit on for it all the time.
Oh,
So,
that's why people shit on you on Pokemon videos? Because you mispronounce the names?
yes, that and
That's the
only
reason?
that.
Okay.
Everything else people are totally fine with.
Yeah. I think so. That seems accurate.
I believe it's...
That's the story
Yeah,
I
I
read.
believe it's Loli. Because, like, lolly has two L's. Like, if you spell like lollipop, you use two L's in lollipop. So, I think it's pronounced loli because there's one less L. And it's
So are you trying to tell me that my close personal friend Digibro is a fucking retard?
It's entirely possible. Yes, that is the case.
Okay. So anybody who
Like I
respects
said, I don't know
is
him.
also retarded?
Yes, like I said, I don't know him, but from the sounds of it, he's probably a retard. And yes, like you said, anyone who has any respect for him whatsoever is probably also a retard.
Okay. So what's so great about these lollies?
Okay, so lollies are fucking yummy. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fucking got him.
Okay.
Such easy bait.
Lolies are just the best. And that's self-evident, really. I mean, when you look at a loli, your first instinct is that is the greatest thing that humanity has ever made, ever. So
like on a list of things that are self-evident, we've got two. We've got these truths and we've got lolis.
Yes, these truths are self-evident and the lolis. Yes, exactly that.
The most self-evident things in existence.
Yes, also that breathing air is good. That's also on the list of self-evident things. But yes, right up there with breathing air.
I'd probably argue with that one.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, not breathing air is on the list of things that are self-evident. How's that?
I mean, breathing in oxygen is good, but the air is composed of oxygen as well as other potentially toxic chemicals and things like fecal matter, so that's not necessarily good. I think air has good things in it.
Air is a very specific combination of like 80% oxygen and like 20% nitrogen or some shit, along with like, various other trace elements. So
yeah, like fecal matter.
When I say air is self-evidently good, I'm saying that, the exact chemical composition of air is self-evidently good. If you put like toxic shit in it,
it's not self-evident.
of course
You
it's
have
not
to
good.
put fucking asterisks on it and shit. Fucking asterisk wars over here.
No, because fucking, when you say air, you're defining the exact gas composition of air. You're not saying, just oxygen plus whatever shit happens to be in it. That's not how it fucking works. It's like if you added to the list of self-evident truths that fucking, rape is good. And then you were like, well, then suddenly it can't be on the list of self-evident things. No, because when you say that, you're saying the very specific things, right? So you can't just like add shit to it and then say that, oh, now it's an exception to the rule. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and your contrarian bullshit, Mumkey.
So what's so self-evident about lolis?
They're just great. Literally Google a picture of Loli. Just Google Lolis. And if the FBI doesn't bust in to arrest you, then you'll just instantly know what goodness is in the universe.
If the best argument you have is it's good because, I mean, just look at it. I don't think we have much of a discussion to have because first of all, I don't want to. And second of all, I've looked at them before and I didn't see any self-evident truths of goodness or quality or sex appeal. So you're going to have to get, like, what is it about a 6-year-old girl? Because typically guys are attracted to women for, like, their figure, you know, like those hourglass, you know, tits and hips and you know, the experience of being an adult is kind of what attracts me to a person. So what is it about, like, a young child that gets your dick rock hard?
Well, this brings us, very important actually, to the definition of a loli, because it can range quite a bit. Like, I would define loli as any girl from the ages of like fucking like 5 to like 14 or 15. Like, I would define any girl with like a B cup or below as potentially being a loli. So, you know, and age factors into that, of course, but it's more about the figure, right? So, like, for me personally, when I describe a loli, what I'm talking about is maybe like a 14, 15-year-old girl, or, you know,
15-year-old girl?
Older than that, but like, the figure of one, right? Not necessarily, like, okay, when I say loli,
15-year-old girl has the figure of an adult.
Well, okay. When I say loli, specifically what I'm referring to is I use loli basically as shorthand for a short girl who is petite but with a big ass, right? That's my personal definition of loli.
That didn't seem very self-evident at all. I was not aware lolis had to have big asses.
It's a common factor in lolis, actually, because, you know, they sort of like have to compensate for the small boobs, because like all the fat in the boobs had to go somewhere, right? So it all got poured into the ass, which is the best possible place for it to be poured into.
Okay. So boobs
are just fake asses,
and big ass.
as we learned from fucking prison school. Boobs are just fake asses. So
what's prison school?
It's an anime. There's an entire like famous fucking scene from that show where this dude gets asked a question like, what is better, boobs or butts? And he goes like, when we evolved to walk on 4 legs. And so when the male stared at the female, he would of course be staring at her ass. Therefore, but when humans began to walk upright on 2 legs, suddenly we had to stare at their faces instead. So we needed a replacement, and thus came the boobs. So boobs are just fake asses. It makes far more sense to appreciate the original than the knockoff. So I totally agree with that sentiment. Boobs are just fake asses, and asses are way better.
So what is it about a big ass being on like a 6-year-old girl that is so much better than a big ass being on a 20-year-old girl? Why the extra shit of them being like a toddler?
Okay, well, I'm not even all that into like the toddler lolis, honestly. Like, my ideal loli would probably be like Nymph, who looks like she's about like 14, 15, although she's actually like thousands of fucking years old.
So how does that fit in your definition if she's 1,000 years old?
Like I said, I use loli more as a shorthand for like the specific body type rather than as an actual representation of what their age is. So, like, you know...
So Nymph, like a 40-year-old Mexican woman who is really short and works as a fucking waiter... and has a big ass, like that's a loli?
If she looks like a teenager and has those specific attributes, then yeah. Like, okay. So, can I tell you a really funny side story that relates to fucking lolis and ages and shit?
You're gonna have to define funny.
Okay. So, funny as in hilarious. Like, makes you laugh, hopefully.
By you, do you mean you or me?
Okay, it makes me laugh. That's a lower bar to reach. How's that?
Yeah, low bar for everybody in the audience. This story makes Cy laugh, so don't have any high expectations here.
Okay, so there used to be a subreddit called r/lolicons, right? Uh-oh. And of course, I was an active member of that particular subreddit.
Were you also an active member of Fat People Hate?
No, I was not. Although I assume that you were. I was a fat person back then, so I didn't want to hate myself.
Yeah.
So, I was an active member of r/lolicons, and then fucking Coontown and r/fucking Fat People Hate fucking acted up, did some bullshit, and got themselves and r/lolicons banned. And I have
How
never
they get
forgiven
lolis
them
banned?
for that.
That's
yes.
different.
r/Lilicons was banned. It's fucking bullshit.
So this is the funny part of the story, is that your forum got deleted?
We're getting to it, right?
Okay.
So r/Lilicons was banned, and that was the saddest day of my entire life right there.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah. So r/Lilicons was banned, but then a new subreddit popped up called r/NotLolis. And the idea of that subreddit was that basically it was a protest, but in like a funny way, because, you know, a drawn character has no age except for what the artist and the viewer ascribes to it, right? There was no inherent age in like an anime character except for what the creator says their age is. So the whole point of r/NotLolis is they would post loli pictures, but in the title, you had to specify their age and it had to be at least 18 and up, right? So you would get like posts saying like, oh, here's a cute loli, and she's like 4,000 years old. So just random pictures of lolis plus like a ridiculous like 6-digit number. And it was really funny to me at the time because it was in protest of how fucking stupid removing r/Lolicons was. And I was also an active member of that subreddit until it got banned. So
the protest
Reddit did not
one got
appreciate
banned
our
too?
protest.
What did they do wrong? It sounds like they were following the rules.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but Reddit are dicks, just like the people on there. So,
well, Sai, I think it's clear that I'm not within your lowly mindset, so I think you need to tell me the story of your journey, of how you got into this. How old were you? What happened? And maybe I can understand your journey, and that'll help me understand the fetish.
I'm not actually really that sure how I got into lolis. I just started watching anime. And of course, as you know from the SNO thesis, because literally everyone here has watched the SNO thesis, right?
Yeah, they've all given it a big
because I know
thumbs
that
up.
for a fact. I don't feel the need to explain myself. Yes, thumbs up. So, as you know from the SNO thesis, when I first started watching anime, I was watching really shitty harem rom-coms. And of course, you know, there's like the three main archetypes in harem anime, which is small boob, medium boob, big boob, right? So those three characters are always in the show.
It's feminism in action.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, basically the exact same girl with a different colored wig and different colored breast size, right? So when I started watching those shows back when I was like 12, 13, 14, I always just latched on to the loli character for whatever reason. They were either always like the cuter one, or they were the ones that I liked more, right? So like Nymph, for example, is a great fucking example of loli character. Probably the best loli ever. And also, speaking of fucking SNO, by the way, this relates back to my whole thing earlier about how like I'm only attracted to like a very specific age range of lolis. Are you familiar with Chaos from SNL? I haven't talked about her yet in the thesis video specifically, but I've shown pictures of her here and there. Okay. Chaos is basically like a 7 or 8 year old girl, basically. So she's the more archetypical loli. And she is my favorite character in the entire show, more so than Nymph, which surprises a lot of people considering how much I love Nymph. But no, Chaos is actually the best character in the show. And the best way I can explain that I don't have an attraction to lolis of that age is if you went to my porn folder right now, I do not have a file for Chaos.
What the fuck?
I know, right? I have a file for almost every other SNO character, even fucking Sahara, who I hate, and I don't have a file for Chaos, my favorite character.
You have porn folders specifically for each character in your anime show?
Yes, I'm very analytic about how I organize my porn, right?
So like,
I have,
do you have a schedule
anime
where
porn sorted by show, and so I have anime porn sorted by show, and then in those files I have sorted by specific character.
So how does that work? Like one day you're just like in the mood for, you know, Robbie Rotten, so you go to the Lazy Town folder and click on that shit, or what? Like, do you just randomly click through all the folders? Do you dedicate one jerk-off session to one character? How's it work?
It's whatever I feel like that day. So okay. I just, you know how Windows gives you like a preview of some of the fucking pictures inside the folders? So yeah. I'll just use that fucking preview, and I'm like, who do I want to jerk it to today? And I'll scroll through and I'll find whoever I want. And usually it ends up being fucking like Nymph or fucking like Mikan from fucking To Love Ru or some shit.
Isn't it weird watching this show thinking, oh yeah, I jerked off to fan-made porn of that character? Like, doesn't that affect your viewing experience, or can you separate the two mindset.
Sometimes I can separate the two. Although, sometimes I'll like a show to an extent, or like, for example, Madoka Magica, right? I love that fucking show, but I don't have a porn folder for it, weirdly enough. Because I can't, even though the characters are all lolis, I can't see the characters in any kind of sexual light. Obviously, there are millions of fan artists who can, because there are billions of fucking pictures of them. But personally, I don't see them in a sexual light, so I don't really gain enjoyment from jerking off to them.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of role-playing right now. You're going to play
wonderful.
You're going to play you, and I'm going to play your dad. We're at the dinner table.
Can't wait. This is going to be great.
Now, Austin.
Don't call me fucking off. Fuck you.
I was checking your computer, and I found a porn folder, and I thought, I wonder what my son is into. Does he like blowjobs? Does he like anal
this
I do?
This is the part where I would interrupt, and I would say, hey, Dad, how'd you get into my porn folder that's password protected?
Austin, me and your mom love anal, But I found this whole folder in your porn.
It's password protected.
Your
so how
porn
the fuck
folder
you get in?
Dedicated to images of an 8-year-old cartoon girl.
I like how my father has to delve into my porn folder to figure this out, and not the billions of anime posters on my wall also featuring lolis.
Wait, are you telling me your dad is aware that you jerk off to 8-year-old girls?
He might have picked up on it by now, although I've never expressly told him that. No.
Does he look you in the eyes when you talk to him?
Yes. So I presume then he doesn't actually know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what if your father did confront you about this? Would you be open and honest, or would you be like, oh, it's not what it looks like? No.
I have a pet theory that, like fetishes are one part personal experience and one part genetic, right? So... Like, it's a nature versus nurture thing. And I think
genetic? What do you mean?
There's like half and half, right?
You mean like I'm going to like anal because my dad does? Is that what you're saying?
Potentially. I do think there's a good chance of that, honestly. So I think
I don't want to think about
my father could be into the same sort of weird shit.
I was going to say I don't want to think about my family at all when I'm jerking off.
Neither do I.
I forgot I'm going to do an incest episode, which is only okay because I don't have a sister.
Yeah, no. Yeah, good fucking luck getting me into incest, considering I have like 5 fucking sisters.
Well, I mean, it sounds like your dad's really into anal, so maybe I could get you to want to fuck your dad or something. I don't know.
Maybe just.
Yeah. I'll get you into some uncle loving. That's how I got into incest. Me and my uncle Alex had some fun.
Right, yeah. I could see that. Although my uncle is also like fucking hideous. So I don't know that I'd ever want to do that.
I mean, Uncle Alex isn't necessarily the best looker. He's okay, but
he's a great lover.
Okay, so what you're saying is because it's genetic, you think your dad also wants to fuck little girls?
I'm not certain of that. That could be a nurture thing. Because I grew up on anime, and that's way more of a thing in anime than it is in other popular culture. But
go get your dad.
Chance, yes.
Go get your dad and give him a headphone, and we'll ask him right now.
I'll pass. Thanks, though. As fun as that idea sounds,
okay.
I would rather...
You can go ask him.
As fun as that idea... Because I'm fucking, living with him right now. And
yeah, I know.
I have a really good thing going on right now. I only have to pay $200 a month in rent. So I'm not going to chance that, honestly, for the sake of a dumb shit podcast.
I mean, how thick are your walls? How do you know that they can't hear all this shit and they're sitting mortified in their bedroom?
They very well could be. These walls are like paper fucking thin. So it's entirely possible.
You're talking pretty loud.
Yeah, well, whatever.
What?
Well, my family knows I'm weird. So they just, if anything, they'll just think I'm more weird than I was previously. I don't really give a shit about that.
They might think you're a sexual predator based on this fetish.
Potentially.
A regular king critic,
total
you could
possibility.
Say. Would you consider yourself a king of criticism? A regular clegg of the David Star?
Reviews. I don't really do reviews, so maybe not. I don't consider myself to be a king of criticism. Maybe a king of analysis. I like that title better. It sounds less faggy.
So you're not entirely sure where this fetish grew from, other than you watched a bunch of those shows and you liked those types of characters?
Yes.
So like somebody who wants to get into lolis, what show should they watch to get started, other than fucking whatever show?
Well, I mean, Sword Art Hashimoto is always a great fucking place to start.
Which one?
So, Sword no Tashimono, which is the
Sword
fucking
Art
show I
Online?
to mention. So, Heaven's Lost Property, always a great fucking show to start out with. The second episode about flying panties will be especially easy to newcomers of the anime genre.
What about like Rosario plus Vampire? Should I watch that one?
No, fuck Rosario Vampire. Fuck that. I hate Rosario Vampire so fucking much. You have no fucking clue. Every
What
time
about Girls Bravo? Should I watch that?
No, Girls Bravo is also a piece of shit. Are you just like going through the fucking anime I listed, like hating these days?
Oh, what about Pokemon Advanced Battle?
Yeah, fucking Misty. Misty's hot as shit.
I don't think Misty's in that one. I think it was May by then.
May's pretty cute too.
Okay, well,
hey,
I think we're towards the end of this one.
Thinking about it, I think you could actually relate my like fascination with Lolis back to my days watching cartoons. Because like fucking like Raven from Teen Titans was hot as fucking hell, right?
Yeah, but she's a teenager. She's not a loli.
Yeah,
no.
she is. In the original Teen Titans, yeah.
No.
I'd say so.
They're fucking 16.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's your definition. My definition is like petite, like B cup or under boobs and big ass. Which Raven
every
fits that
man on
criteria
Earth
perfectly.
Every man on Earth is attracted to Raven from Teen Titans because she's 16, but not everybody's a fucking lolicon.
Well, maybe they are. Maybe they just don't know it yet. Mumkey, have you ever thought about that? If
you're defining a 16-year-old girl as a loli, then I think you don't even know what a loli is.
Potentially not. Perhaps I've become a victim to my own stupidity.
Maybe. I think all the real lolicons are going to eat you up in the comments.
Okay, then what about like Gwen from Ben 10? She was really cute.
I've never watched it. What is she,
you
like 12?
Haven't seen the original Ben 10?
No, I wasn't into it.
Ben 10 was great. Fucking Upgrade for life. Upgrade is the best fucking alien. Fuck yeah.
Okay, Sai, I think it's safe to say you didn't get me into lolis, but maybe somebody in the audience will concur that you got them into it. Maybe this wasn't a failure on all accounts.
Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot, Mumkey. So I don't expect you to understand, like, you know,
the deep complexities of wanting to fuck a child. It's too hard for me to get with my stupid little monkey brain.
I don't expect your primitive primate brain to understand the true nature and joys of lolicon and loliconisms. Yeah. So that you not being into it right now does not shock me in the slightest, but hopefully more refined gentlemen in our audience right now are slowly learning the appreciation of them and can sort of see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, we'll see where you're coming from.
You know, thinking about it, maybe we should do like a fucking... Thinking about it, we should do like what you guys do in the fucking retarded social media argument and ask the commenters via straw poll if whoever was arguing for it got them into that thing or not.
Okay, yeah, I'll put a straw poll. Did Sai convince you to like lolis?
Yeah, yes or no? Fuck yeah. Vote yes.
Okay, well, hey, there you go. We'll see you next time where maybe I'll talk about incest. That could be funny.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. You can try to get me into that. It won't fucking work. But
send me some pictures of your sisters. I need to know what I'm working with.
How old are they?
No, send me a picture of them.
Oh, all 5 of them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, Mumkey.
Send me like a beach photo of all your family members.
Yeah, I'm sure you would fucking love that. I'll send you fucking more like naked pics of me like last time. We'll see how you like that.
No.